So in this video, we are going to be looking at a very new sales funnel builder called DropFunnel. DropFunnel is a new child in the game of funnel building, and this is the brainwork of a guy known as Jordan Morich. So Jordan Morich recently created DropFunnel from scratch, and being a new software in the internet marketing age, I'm going to dedicate this video to showing you what is DropFunnel, how DropFunnel work, and how to use DropFunnel for your business. You're also going to see how to use it to create landing pages, websites, blog, and to host your your digital assets. So to start with, one thing about DropFunnel that because every funnel have a unique point. Every sales funnel has a unique point. What make it special? What make it unique? And why people love it? When you talk of click examples like ClickFunnel is a marketing sales funnel that allows you to build all your landing pages in one place and allows you to build your marketing systems in one place. In the case of Kata, Kata as a funnel builder allows you to achieve specific marketing goals for your business. So these are the unique points, the unique selling points of each of these landing pages. And DropFunnel being a new game, a new baby in the game, the unique point of DropFunnel is its speed. So speed is a very important thing in marketing. So and this is one angle DropFunnel excel or the purpose why DropFunnel was established to allow you build pages that loads and fly at a high speed so that every second counts for your business. Talking about speed, speed or in your loading speed is an important tool. You know, when you look at the rate at which website loads, we tend to stay away from websites that load slowly. When you visit a site and you click on it to load, you notice that it takes time to load. Mostly, we as internet users get discouraged from such sites. Example, like when you get to Amazon website and you are trying to load it and it takes time to come up, most times you get discouraged and click away and move on to other things. Now, for business owners like you and I, this costs us a lot in terms of revenue and in terms of businesses we would have gained, assuming we had a fast loading site or a site that has a high loading speed. So this is the area where DropFunnel came in place to solve this problem. And we are going to be looking at it in this review. We are going to be looking at firsthand how it works and how it helps us solve this problem of speed. Because when you think about it, speed matters. Speed will allow you to make sales, and speed, if you have a site that has a low loading speed, you may lose some potential sales and potential clients from businesses. But a site that has a high loading speed will help you do more and achieve more in time. So this is the overview or the basic overview of DropFunnel and the reason behind it and why DropFunnel was created in the first place. So it was created to solve the problem of speed so that your site can load on time and help you make more sales on time. Now, having covered this overview or the basic details of drop funnel, we are going to go into the site, into this drop funnel tutorial. We're going to be taking a look at all the elements, at least we can, within the amount of within the time we have here. We are going to cover as many features as possible and how it can help you as a marketer or as a business owner grow your business. We're also going to be taking at how this site looks similar to. Okay, before that, I need to point out one more thing. Drop funnel is more or less like WordPress because we've taken a look at the first thing that makes it unique, which is its loading speed. Another thing that makes it unique is its similarities to WordPress. And talking about WordPress, we are talking about in terms of SEO. DropFunnel was built with SEO in mind, search engine optimization. Imagine if your site could load and you type in go and you go to Google and a client goes to Google to search for your business and your business came up in search engine. This is something unheard of about sales funnels. So because of ways sales funnels were built, it is very, very difficult to see a sales funnel that was optimized for search engine purpose. Most sales funnels were built with paid traffic in mind. Most people build sales funnels and with paid traffic in mind, hoping to use paid traffic to drive traffic, sales, and revenue and businesses to their sales to their funnel. But Drop funnel came in place to solve this problem by giving us a platform whereby you can build sales funnel and this sales funnel can still rank in Google search for one keyword or the other related to your business. So this is another thing, another benefit of drop funnel. One of another unique advantage of drop funnel, the fact that it was built with SEO in mind. So you can use drop funnel and build a well optimized landing page and also have the chance 90% chance of your funnel ranking and competing with others in Google search. So this is an incredible feature that gives you organic traffic, unlimited organic traffic to your business. So this is very, very incredible or very, 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 very good in the sense of building pages that sends you building funnel that sends you free traffic from Google. So with drop funnel, we are getting two things now. You are getting a site that loads in Google fast, and you're also getting a site that is optimized with search engine with SEO at the back of the mind of its builder. So making you gain free organic traffic to your website. These are two incredible things about drop funnel. So right about now, we are going to be jumping into the drop funnel platform, the drop funnel environment, and we'll be taking a look at drop funnel, what it is, what it can do for you, and how you can use it in your business. To start with, in front of you is in front of you is DropFunnel front end office, or the front end board, the front end. Okay, while signing up to DropFunnel, mostly you will, after putting in your detail, you will have the opportunity to choose from 2 templates available in the system. So when I was creating this account, I was shown 2 templates where I can choose that it will import the the demo site into my domain, and that is what you're seeing right here. I did not create this from scratch, neither did I do anything from here. This is just from a sign up, and the template, this was imported into my drop funnel dashboard. So I can even do nothing and have just go ahead with this now as my website. Just create an account and bam, your site is ready to load and ready to edit or ready to move on with. So this is the basic template you get with drop funnel. And at this front end of at this front end of the funnel, you see the front end A to Z. But when you go to the back end, you see inside of your dashboard, you see something like this. So this is the drop funnel dashboard, while this is your drop funnel front end, the final product of your drop funnel. Why? So most of the things you find here can be edited inside of your dashboard from your left, your center, and your right, and also from the icons up above here, right in your home, your funnel, your lead, your sales, product, membership, which is in the beta, integration, a link track to track your link, and support. These are things we'll be going over in this video tutorial. And on the left hand side, we are seeing things like marketing, your post, media, pages, comment, appearances, builder, user, tools, setting, SEO, and account. So we are going to be going through these in detail in this video tutorial. But before we continue, right inside the center we have about 4 or 5 different videos. The first being a welcome video, the second being a getting started video showing you how to edit your own page, and the third is how to create header, footer, and menu. Then we have the fourth button, which is how to set up your blog. Then we have the final setting, how to build a sales funnel. These are basic video tutorials on how to use drop funnel for your business. So before I continue with this review, I would like us to go through these 4 or 5 welcome videos that shows you all about drop funnel. Then we'll be going through these icons and these ones by the left, right, and center. So stay back as you watch this about 30-minute tutorial video showing you how to use drop funnel in your business. Let's go.
All right, guys, you've made it. Welcome to your dashboard page. This is your marketing system. Now, I have to let you know that DropFunnels is in what's called a beta stage. What that means is that, we could spend years developing our absolute end of the road software, but that would limit you in terms of getting involved right now. So what we have is our beta software that we want you to interact with, get some results, and then we will be adding features that help to amplify those results. But we wanted to get you in now and let you to help us build the software to be the very best version that it can be. So even right now, you're going to be able to build funnels and customize your home site. And I'm going to be walking you through how to be doing a couple of these basic things. But the biggest aspect right now is to know that, there might be some things that you experience that, one, you might need to learn a few things, but we've obviously removed a lot of the technical issues in the code to make it very simple. And so you might experience some things that are unexpected. If you do happen to find a bug, if you would please report that to us in the support tab, that'll be right up above. Let us know if there is a bug. But if you have a question about how the software works or something you're trying to achieve, or you want to just share ideas, or you want to share a funnel with someone else, highly encourage you to tap into the community that we have. We'll link to that on this page. Join into that Facebook group, because it's full of digital marketers and business owners that are blowing up their own results, and they're on the same trajectory using the same system that you are. So if you have questions, or you want to share insights, you want to share funnels, you want to share designs, we're building that into this to be one of the very best and strongest communities online. So while we're in beta, you might experience bugs. If you do, please let us know about that. But if you do just have a question in general about how something works, posting that into our community is the very best shot to get those questions answered very quickly. In fact, I'll be in the community, would love to help guide and support you to make sure that you know how to use the software most effectively. So I'm actually going to give you a little walkthrough here. I'm going to dive into my screen and let you just kind of see how it all looks and works. Your screen might look a little bit different than mine because we're constantly improving and iterating on it. And so don't panic if it looks just a little bit different. All the core functionality is virtually the same, and we just want to get you up to speed and running quickly. So let's dive in, and I'll give you a walkthrough on how all of this works. Welcome to this overview video. I just want to be sharing with you some of the exciting features that you now have access to. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind right now is that even when you log in, your dashboard and your interface, it's going to be changing quite a bit over time. So even if it doesn't look just like this, you'll get the general idea about where things are located and what you have access to right now. So in this video, I just want to be going at a 30,000 foot view to show you what you can do with this. But then immediately we'll be moving into some other videos for specific training on specific features. So let's dive into this. This will be kind of your main marketing tab. Let's go ahead and cover this left side right here just to kind of tell you what these are all about. This marketing tab will actually open up this window here where you're going to have access to all your funnels, leads, sales, products, some integrations, your actual custom links, and we'll be adding some additional things here as well. This very top tab up here, we probably won't mess with very much. You won't need to be using these as many of the features are built elsewhere in the platform. So if we come over here to the left-hand side again, we also have this tab Posts. Now, this is where all of your blog posts live, where you can be customizing and writing brand new blog posts. And again, we do have some SEO built into this to help you to really amplify your results through organic SEO and search engine traffic. Media is where your photos will live, and you can host documents in here. You can host sometimes videos. Often we do recommend that you host videos on YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, those types of places as well. But right inside of this media tab, you'll be able to host a lot of your photos that you'll have on your actual site. Pages exist a little bit different than posts. A page is a static page, kind of like your home page, or maybe there's a contact page you want to create. You can create drag and drop individual pages here as well. Comments will be any of the comments just left on your blog if you have enabled that. Inside this appearance tab right here, we're not going to be messing much with this right now, but just know that you can create dynamic menus and even widgets that can go on the sidebar of your blog and whatnot for people to have easier navigation around your site. But we'll touch on that in a later version. Underneath Builder right here, we've got a bunch of saved content here and some options based on your ability to save page templates or even sections of a template like a row. And again, we'll cover much more about that later on. Under users, these are actual users that have access to your site. So you can create brand new users and give them access to log into your site if they're a manager. I just say be very careful about giving people administrator access to your site, as they will have access to mess with pretty much everything. So you probably won't need this unless you have other people helping you to work on your business specifically, or if you have a client that you want to give access to the back end of their system as well, you can be helping them with that. Under the tools section, this is mostly for importing and exporting things like pages or blog posts and that type of thing. If you're moving from another WordPress installation to DropFunnels, you'd be able to import some of your content there as well. And so we've got some different share funnel features that we can cover later on. But for now, you can kind of leave this as it is and explore this later on. Inside settings, again, you won't have to mess much with these. Most of this is set up and ready to go for you, but you can explore this to kind of see what these things have to offer. And just know that most of this is already set up for you in general, and ready to go. Under SEO, you can also explore some of these things in terms of the titles that are available to help you top rank. Some of these tools, we'll get into some advanced training around that. And then let's just come right back up to the marketing tab. This is where I want to spend a little bit more of our time, because this is where things get really exciting for you. So on this home tab, you'll always be able to come back here. This is where we'll have announcements and links. And of course, your page will be obviously looking a little bit different on this page right here, but you can always access it through your marketing tab right here, which is where you'll probably spend most of your time as well. Right over here under funnels, you'll be able to see that you can create unlimited funnels for your account. which is very exciting. You actually, upon import, have one test funnel, which is essentially an opt-in page and a thank you page as well, which is fully drag and drop and able for you to start marketing right away. Now, a couple things here. You'll have the name of your funnel, and by the way, when you create a new funnel, you'll be able to customize these as well. You can also change any of these settings later on, so don't worry about being locked into anything. Everything is completely customizable and very, very intuitive. So you'll see when you created it, and also the actual URL. So how we've created the URL structure is to have your domain and then a funnel name and then a page name. So you'll always have pages wrapped up inside of funnels. And how a lot of other funnel builders work is they have to add a bunch of numbers and characters at the end of your funnel step pages individually. Because they're not really working within folders. But the beauty of this is that you always know what your folder name is. So in this one, it's called My Best Stuff, for example. And then you always know that you'll have your domain and then your funnel name and then your page or your funnel step name. So you always know where you are, and you can always wrap pages into funnels themselves. So it makes it very, very easy to know what you're working on. Also, if you come over here to settings, it will open and close this window here. You can All right, guys, you've made it. Welcome to your dashboard page. This is your marketing system. Now, I have to let you know that working on. Also, if you come over here to settings, it will open and close this window here. You can duplicate the entire funnel or just delete it if you'd like to do that. Just keep in mind that you cannot reverse that. So if you delete it, it'll pull up a prompt to let you know, but then you can obviously, I would choose not to delete it unless you're absolutely sure. Let's come down into this window where you can be customizing some things. This is the main tab with the funnel flow, and each one of these funnel steps, they go in order. So if we were to click on this main URL, that'll take us to the start of the funnel. So this will always take us to the very first link here, and it'll redirect us from My Best Stuff to My Best Stuff - opt-in, so we can see that there. So there's a couple different ways that we can see this page. We can click on the web page URL, and it will actually load up this kind of demo opt-in page right here. I'll just kind of click out of that. I can also click on this, and it'll load the exact same page as well, and get us to that link. Or I can just hit view, which will always also show us that. When we come over here to edit, it's actually going to load the builder itself for you to edit the page visually. We'll save that for just a moment. Cloning, of course, you can duplicate pages, so you can build one page and get all your designs how you want it. Duplicate pages with the clone button. Deleting, of course, is possible. And then if we come down here to settings, there's some additional sub options for your individual funnel steps, which is really, really cool. So you can change the name of this page, which is right there. So if I change this to, say, I'll call that opt-in 1. If I want to change that name and hit update, it will change that funnel step name right there. Now, again, this is just for my purposes. I just would want to know what I want to call this. So it might be book funnel opt-in 1, for example, or lead magnet 1, right? The page slug, which is what happens after the funnel URL. So remember, we have our domain, our funnel name, and then we have our slug, which is everything that happens after that funnel URL. I can change that, and that will update here as well. Just be careful that if you do change this, you'd want to change it around the internet if you were linking directly to this funnel. We have specific funnel step tracking codes. So if you're running Facebook ads or Google ads, this is where you would put individual step tracking codes. Seo settings, this is what's going to load in the actual browser tab title and description, so that when you share this on social media and whatnot, you can actually show an image. If I come up here to browse, I can go over to my media library. You're going to have some default images here, but you can upload your own logos and things like that as well. Select an image, for example. I'll just select that one randomly, use this image, and if I save this, and share my opt-in funnel URL to Facebook, for example, or other websites, it'll often share this image as well. So you can have a product image there or a logo, and it makes it really easy. Or I could just click out of that. Of course, we're going to be implementing split testing very soon as well, which will be very exciting. You'll be able to get direct results from everything that you have going on your individual pages. So I'll go ahead and close this. And again, that's open for all of your funnel pages. So I can go to settings and show that right here. And I can also drag steps around. This is the really cool part. I can visually drag. So say that I have maybe an opt-in, and then I have maybe a checkout page, and then a couple of upsells, I can reorder my upsells, and all of the links within the funnel will dynamically update for you to make it very easy for your users to see maybe upsell 2 instead of upsell 1 first through the sequence. So we'll explore that much more through our funnel training. Let's come back up to here to this menu so you know what this is all about. The funnel flow is kind of your main menu item here. We'll go over to tracking codes. Now, this is a funnel wide. These are your funnel wide settings. And so if you do have kind of a Facebook pixel, you'd be putting it in your header code here. So there are some other softwares that can help track, like Hotjar, to have heat maps of your various pages. You'd plug those into these appropriate areas as well. When it comes to payment integration, right now on this demo account, I don't have any payment integration, but we do integrate immediately with Stripe. So you're ready to go to start as soon as you can connect your Stripe account. You'd be able to select that from a list here. And then you also have a test mode. So as soon as you get over to the integrations area, you'll be able to add a kind of a test checkout. So you can test all of your funnels in real time and what will actually happen with all the email confirmations and whatnot without actually running a real credit card. It moves it into test mode. So it's just like a sandbox, and you can trigger that on and off and test your funnels out. It makes it very, very simple. If I come over here to stats, I do see I've got, I can filter based on dates and times, or dates, that I want to be tracking throughout the funnel. I can see how many visitors I'm getting. I'm going to see how many unique or total leads I'm getting on my leads pages, and how many sales if I happen to have a checkout page on those pages. So you'll be able to refer back to this to see how your funnel is converting, which is very exciting. Come over here to email confirmation. If you do have an actual checkout happening and you're selling something on your site, this is where you can configure all of your email confirmation that will go out as soon as they've completed their purchase session. So we'll cover more on this on the products tab. You can create products very quickly, and then you'll be able to implement those products throughout your funnel. So this email confirmation is what you can actually display to your users. You can copy yourself to it. And also, we've created these dynamic email shortcodes. What's cool about this is it'll pull in the information from your checkout form to dynamically deliver to them the information that they need. So say that you want to give away access to a video series that you've created. You can deliver to them the access to that with this product delivery, for example. So that will actually pull in everything that you had set up on your products early on, and it will show all of that in that area. But let's say that they take the first item in your checkout series, but they don't take upsell number 1, for example. It will only show them the objects and deliver the products that they have purchased through that session. So you don't have to worry about giving away certain things to certain customers. It all happens in one simple email, and it gets taken care of for you. So that's very cool. If we come over here to settings, this is where things get really, really cool. You've got obviously your funnel name, which is going to be displayed here on that area here. This is called My Best Stuff. Funnel slug is what the actual funnel URL is going to be. So yourdomain.com/funnel slug. And then obviously each step follows after that. In this area here, you can create dynamic headers and footers. This is one of the only softwares out on the market that has what we have here to allow you to create one header, like as we kind of mentioned over here in the builder. You can create a template or a saved row, and you can select that as a header in your site. So what we would do is I'd select header, for example, and it will show my site header across this funnel. So what that means is that if you create maybe a footer that has your contact information and terms and conditions and all that, you can change this once, and it dynamically updates across your entire funnel. So you don't have to go page by page by page, changing your headers and your footers every single time you want to be making an update. You do it one time, and it multiplies across your entire funnel. Now, this is also going to be available to you site-wide as well, and makes it really simple. You can turn on your headers and footers in this area here. And then, of course, share funnels, but we'll have a specific training on this as well. But you'll be able to share funnels with other users as well. And that's a very exciting aspect, especially as we build out a funnel marketplace where you'll be able to import some professionally designed funnels to get you moving. So man, isn't that super cool? All of that happens inside one of these, and it all is available to you on one simple screen to let you manage all of your funnels in a large list. Let's quickly move over here to the leads tab. Now this is it's very, very simple. Whenever you have an opt-in form, there's a front end module called opt-in forms, and people give their information. They all that information is going to deliver right here. You can also connect your Aweber, your ActiveCampaign, your MailChimp, or Infusionsoft, your actual email delivery system, so that you do maintain control of your list and your audience is being built. You get to duplicate that data here in this window, so you can very quickly and easily contact your leads through this window here. And you can also filter them based on which funnel they came through, the range of dates, how many people you want to show at a time. And this is going to allow you to very, very quickly call, email, or maybe even text some of your leads to keep them moving through the system and engage them to buy other pieces of your business, which is amazing. So it's all happens right here in this CRM. So simple to use. We designed this to be the easiest CRM on the planet to use. So it just gives you the data that you need. Sales over here is also very simple. It's going to display any sales that happen. It'll show you recurring or fixed price products. It'll allow you to refund if you ever need to do that, or to cancel subscriptions, and to obviously sort this based on funnel steps and dates. And that becomes very, very simple in this area here. Let's talk about products here. If I wanted to create a new product, this is what's really cool. I can create my product name, give it any price that I want. I can also change my currency and make it a one-time payment or recurring. The product descriptor, this is actually what's going to show up on your, after your business name on your user's credit card. So you might want to give this a name, something like the name of your product or your program, so that they can recognize that charge when it comes through. And remember when I was talking about email delivery, the product delivery aspect itself, if I were to type in, here's the delivery of this product, and I wanted to give kind of a URL. Or a login, or whatever that happens to be. This is what's going to dynamically display in that email when your customer purchases either the very first product or any subsequent upsells, throughout the process. This is what's going to dynamically display in their email. So they get everything that they need. And even inside of your sales tab, you'll be able to resend that email as well, in case it didn't come through for that particular user. So this is really, really simple. It's the quickest way to create a product. And then on the front end of your funnels and whatnot, you'll be able to connect and select any product to be a one-time purchase. Any product can also be an upsell. It can be an order bump. We do not restrict you in terms of page types or any type of product types that have to be in certain categories. You have free range to use any product on any page for any reason, period. So it's just going to save you a lot of time and duplicating your efforts. Let's also go over here to integrations. This is very simple too. This is where you get your Stripe live key and test keys, and you'd get in the API section of your Stripe area. Right now we're using Stripe, but we'll also be implementing NMI, Authorize.net, PayPal, and those types of things as well. But for now, we highly recommend Stripe. It's just very easy, for you to get going quickly. Under domains, if I click on this, you can add your own custom domain. Now, you might want to choose to do this early on in the game, kind of as soon as possible. If you know what your domain is already and you're ready to use it for this system, so maybe it's yourname.com, what you'd want to do is set up an A record or a C name and set it to these various fields here, and do that, about half an hour to an hour before you actually come back in here to set your domain. Because what's going to happen is that you're no longer going to be accessing your subdomain. Right now I have demo.dropfunnels.com, for example, but you won't be accessing that anymore. Instead, you'll be accessing yourname.com. You'll be logging in through that. All of your links will be done through that. Everything changes from a subdomain to a primary domain at that point. So just be sure to make that decision early on in the game if you want to stick with your DropFunnels subdomain, which is perfectly fine to do, or to set it up on your own custom domain, which setting this up will also give you access to your SSLs, etc. But again, just to remind you, you will not be accessing it anymore through the subdomain. It'll be through your primary domain as well. Okay, so just wanted to let you know about that. Let's come over to the link tracker. Gosh, you can see how many features and how many possibilities there are here for you. This one here is, it's not intended to entirely replace the most advanced link tracker softwares on the planet, but it's meant to give you the features that you really need the most. So let's say, for example, I want to create a redirect of one of my affiliate links. So let's say, for example, it's going to pull up your either primary domain or your subdomain, which is right here. Say I wanted to add my Amazon affiliate link to a short link. Okay, so what I'd do is I would say I want to make it .amazon, for example. So I could say demo.dropfunnels.com/Amazon, or it would be, yourname.com/Amazon. You want to make that your affiliate link so you can send people there without really long characters or like some crazy affiliate link. Then you would create your destination URL. You put your affiliate link right in this tab. And for now, I'm just going to use Amazon.com for the sake of this. For a redirect type, you can either just do a redirect or you can mask the domain as well, which will mean that it'll only show this instead of Amazon. There's only very rare cases where you want to be doing URL masking. So just keep that as redirection. For now, and we'll keep this as a temporary redirect for now as well. So there's a couple different types you can select. I'll create the redirection. Oops, I got to type in http:// to make sure that that's a valid URL. And then I'll hit create redirection. Okay, so now that that's done, I can actually test it by going to my long URL, or I could just click on this link right here, and it's going to load it up in a new tab. And bingo, there it goes. It goes directly to Amazon, which might be my affiliate link. And so regardless of what affiliate program you're in, you'd be able to see these hits. And so since I just tested that, I'll refresh my screen, and you'll see that there was one hit on that, and it tells me exactly when my last access was. I can delete it or turn off that URL, that link tracker right there as well. So it makes it very, very simple, as you can see, to be holding on to and saving your affiliate links easier than ever before. Now, the last thing I want to cover here, and we'll go into some additional trainings. So I'm sure you're wondering, like, how do I actually edit some of my pages? So what I'll do is I'm just going to go to my base URL. It's going to load up the very first step in this funnel. And you're going to see a bunch of things up here effective immediately. And if you ever want to go back to your dashboard, you come right over here to demo, and you can go back to dashboard here. Or you can be even creating new posts, adding new pages, new templates and users directly from this short kind of menu up here. But anytime you are on any one of your front end pages, period, it doesn't matter where you're at, you can click on this DropFunnels icon, and it's going to load up our drag and drop builder, which is going to be where you'll probably spend a lot of your time. And now we're ready to go to start editing. Everything on these pages is 100% drag and drop. Let's come over to this area here, and I can actually drag this entire window. This is kind of my editor window. I'll drag this over to the left just to kind of show you, and let it go. It'll drag right into place. We have about 90 modules right here for you to be
Okay guys, you are going to notice that I've been having a little challenge with my internet. So that is one of the reasons these videos have been breaking, coming up, breaking, coming up, and breaking again. But I promise to have resolved the issue now, changing my network connection. And you're going to have a full and each free video going through DropFunnel now. I really apologize for these little obstructions initially and promise you won't see it again. So with DropFunnel, while you continue this video, just want to give you a roundup of what you've got with your DropFunnel account. Down below this video, you're going to see a link to sign up to DropFunnel. Sign up to DropFunnel for its 14 days free trial and start using DropFunnel today. So with DropFunnel, you now got access to a checkout form, order form, an upsell, and other confirmation. You also have ability to launch fast funnels with a drag and drop of everything you see right inside of your DropFunnel account. You also have a CRM to track your leads, manage orders and sales, easily track and redirect links. This is a very good feature to ability to redirect your link. This is very good. It has an inbuilt link tracker, which is a plus to the DropFunnel community. Then you have your front end authority site with your blogging with SEO built in with over 90 design modules to create anything you can ever imagine. Then other things currently in build is the secured membership site. So the membership is still in its beta. So while the membership is in its beta, when it is fully developed, you have the ability to create secured membership sites. These are current things in its beta development. Then you have the funnel marketplace where you have free and premium funnel. Then robust. They are trying also to develop and upgrade the CRM so that you'll be having a robust CRM and also ability to have an agency account with multiple sites. These are things I want to chip in, and as you can see, this is the front end sales funnel, the front end authority site. So I will take you back to the video while we continue. I'm sorry, I apologize for the hiccup, but continue now as you go to
dragging things out and designing pages, which is just super cool to have so many options. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this stuff. You don't have to use all of them, but just know that this is possible for you. So let's say, for example, we've got this opt-in form right here. Let's say I click on this opt-in form. It's going to start to bring up all of the options that I can bring in. Now I can add Aweber, Constant Contact, Get Response into these windows. And then all I have to do is implement my account one time, and it will display on all future opt-in form modules. So you only have to hook it up once and you are done. And then anytime that someone comes in and opts into your form, they'll also be added, remember, to your leads tab right here up top. Their data will be shown here as well as being added to your email list. Super, super cool. I don't want to get too far into this. It's just super exciting to have all of this in one place and make it so simple to drag and drop. So you can mess with the typography, everything from being very basic and just, you can double click in here to make any edits directly. So maybe I want to change this word and type right directly on the page, or even over here on the heading. That's fine too. Full control over that. There's advanced styling options. There's so many things you can do, but let's just add, for example, say I wanted to add maybe a countdown timer or something like that. We can come over here and just search. I'm going to type down count, and we've got a couple different options. I'll just add this countdown timer here. I'll add it right above just for the sake of speed and just kind of showing you this example here. We've got this huge countdown timer that although goes into the years, months, days, but I can actually style these things to either show specific things. If I want to hide the years, I just, disable that, or months, I can disable that. And we're always adding and improving these modules to make things super simple. This updates in real time. I can also hover over anything, click on it to delete it. Bingo. I can also, on my individual rows right here, I can edit my entire row settings with this kind of menu as well. So these are kind of the row that I can edit. You can see how much fun you can have with this. Up top here, we do have some rows. You can be adding new columns and rows to the page. Even have some like sidebar options for you. If we come over here to templates, there's some landing pages that you can, that are just kind of templates and whatnot for you to get started with. Let's say, for example, I wanted to add, maybe I thought this was pretty cool. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, and let's go ahead and replace the existing layout. I'll say yes. And now this template is ready to go. And you can see it actually has a parallax in the background. That's pretty cool. And so I can see how this would look on the front end of the site. And each one of these might be, maybe these will pull up a picture. There's portfolios, there's countdown timers, there's checkout modules, there's social objects, there's images and videos, and anything that you can dream, you can now build directly into a funnel. And of course, if you want to move things around, it's as easy as bingo. I can just pick it up, move it around. I can drag and drop things, and anything that I can imagine, anything I can dream is now completely possible. Whenever I'm done with that, I can just go over to done and hit publish. I'm going to just discard these for now because I don't want to make these changes. And now it'll show that front end site. And then I can always go back to my dashboard right there as well. Or what I can do is I can come up to this link and click on the name itself, and it'll show. And then anytime I want to just go to my root domain, for example, let's say I just want to go to my home site, I'll go to demo.dropfunnels.com, which is my subdomain. And now I have my authority site that loads up. And this one, for example, is just going to load up that pop-up that allows us to start collecting leads, phone numbers, and turn them into customers and raving fans. I can also, again, literally edit anything on this page by clicking on the DropFunnels button. Maybe I'll come over here to the blog and kind of show you that as well. This is all, you can have different types of categories and tags for some of your designs and your blogs, but maybe I'll just click on one of these. Obviously, these are temporary things you wouldn't want to keep. You'd obviously want to be adjusting things as well, but you've got full ability to be adding widgets to this side. And now maybe, for example, if I want to come over here and edit the blog archive page, I can certainly do that. And pretty much anything within the content of this individual blog post can be adjusted for look and feel. I mean, now again, you want to be on the specific pages. This is everything around here is the blog archive page, but everything within these areas here are completely customizable, drag and droppable, and savable as well. So I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. I'm just going to come back here and just kind of come back to the home page. This was a long video. There's a lot of information here. We're going to be diving into some more specifics onto how you can use the system, but I hope that if nothing else, that this video truly showed you what's possible for you now within the world of DropFunnels. It's the simplest system to help you to finally get results without the tech, without any of the barriers, and without any of the issues that have held you back in the past. Let's get diving into the next couple of videos. We'll see you there. All right, guys, you've made it. Welcome to your dashboard page. This is your marketing system. Now,
Okay guys, so that is the welcome video from about DropFunnel. So up next, we're going to take a look at the getting started video showing you how to edit your home page in DropFunnel. Let's take a look at it in just
welcome to these getting started steps. I want to walk you through one video at a time on how to get things moving very quickly for you. But you just need to kind of know where things are at. So I want to walk you through how to get things going. First thing is how to edit your home site. And actually, it's going to show you a little bit about our builder and how you can drag and drop literally anything on virtually any page in DropFunnels. So there's no coding, there's no programmers, there's nothing necessary. There's no extensions or plugins or any tech that you need to deal with. All you need to do is drag and drop. So in this video, I want to show you how you can customize your home site, which will be different than your blog and different than your sales funnels. Now, all of them are drag and drop, but I want to be able to show you how you can actually edit these pages individually and how they all work. So I'm going to go up here and you can kind of see in this top window here, we can hover over the name of your site and click on Visit Site, and that will load your site up in the browser. Now, you are going to see the DropFunnels admin bar at the very top, and that tells you that you are logged in. You'll notice that this is just one of our standard templates here. We've got some various pieces, and you can drag and drop and edit everything on these pages, including opt-in forms and even connecting to your blog and your sales funnels, etc. Now, the one thing I do have to let you know that DropFunnels, it operates on the WordPress platform, which allows you the strength of global headers and footers. So what does that mean? It means that on every single one of these pages, you'll notice I have this header right up top. I also have a footer down here. Now, these will display on all of my pages of my home site, and separately on your funnels, you can also have different headers and footers for all of your individual pages on your funnels. But as far as your home site and your authority site is concerned, if I were to click over to the About section, for example, you notice we have this kind of About page right here. The header stayed the same and the footer stayed the same, but everything on the content of the page itself can be drag and drop changed. So that's the beauty of this system. You will actually change these headers and footers separately. But the beauty is that if you were to update these headers and footers, you would be updating them throughout the entire site. So you don't have to go page by page to update every single header or footer. Makes things very easy and fast to get up and running. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on I'll click the back button here. Now I'm on my home page. Now all I can do is now I can interact with this page. But if I ever want to edit any page, it's as simple as going up to this little icon that says DropFunnels. And if I click on this, it will load up our drag and drop builder. So now you can see that there are a bunch of standard modules here. Now, if this window here is gone, in fact, you can drag this editor window anywhere that you want. If it's not in place, then all you have to do is come up to this little arrow in the upper right and hit the plus button, and you'll see everything that you can drag out onto the page in drag and drop format. If you were to click on an individual element, it's going to show the editing options for that specific element, which makes it really easy to edit your page on the fly. Now, if I want, I can click on this button and click this little area here on the left. I can drag it on the right side or on the left. I kind of like to put it off on the left, which allows me to hook it to this side and make all of my edits on the fly. So this will actually stay in place no matter which element that we click. Now, keep in mind that DropFunnels is fully responsive. So even as you drag these pages over and whatnot, the page will respond depending on the size of the browser. So that's one of the great strengths of the system. So let's say, for example, that you wanted to change your heading right here. So all I have to do is I can click on an object, and there's two ways that I can make changes to my specific elements. Number one, I can edit it right here in the headings section. So if I were to update this and say, maybe just change that to the word testing, I'll just undo that for now and leave that in place. Or I can double click right within the window and I can actually edit right within the editor window itself. So that makes it really easy for any type of text. You can simply double click to be changing that. So I'll just go ahead and return this back to digital marketing. Now, if I want to change any image, it often can depend whether or not you have an image in your background or an image object. So here's kind of an example of an image object. If I click on an image, this is actually an icon. I can use any of the thousands of icons that are preloaded in the window by simply adjusting these right here. I can even link to icons as well. Or if you have an image object, let's see, here's an image object. This is just under our photo module. You're able to edit any of these by simply clicking the edit button, and then you can drag out any other image that you want. So if I wanted to change it, I can just click on this image and select photo. Bingo, there it is. And actually the beauty of this entire builder is that I can change the sizes on the fly of these individual elements. If I wanted to kind of do that, you can kind of see I can change my columns and how big or small these various pieces are. Additionally, and I'm just flying through a couple of these on the fly here, you can also go individually into the rows and column settings. And again, we'll have additional advanced trainings on how to be using all these, but even just by clicking around, you'll very quickly get the hang of things as you just start to play with it a little bit. Every single object has color options, link options. If I were to go inside a row right here, so this is kind of my row settings, and each one of these has different rows that I can adjust, and I can have multiple columns in my rows. Just by clicking on this little icon, I'll be able to affect my entire row, which is also going to give me, I've got particle backgrounds I can add. So let's go ahead and let's do something crazy. Why don't we? Let's just go ahead and add some particles to the background here. You're going to see it updates in real time. They're kind of hard to see back there on that gray background. But let's say that we want to change the particle to red, just for the sake of this example. It'll update live. And now you can see we've got these crazy red polygons going on in the background. Or maybe I want to make it look like snow. I don't know why. I don't know why you don't want to do it, but you can certainly have it snowing in the background. So there we got some red snow dropping there as well. I'll go ahead and turn this off for now, but you can see there's a lot of fun you can have right within the editor. Now, let's say, for example, I wanted to add a new section. Well, that's really easy. Up here in the module section, we can come back here to see all the modules that you can drag out. And I highly encourage you to drag some of these out and play with them. But I can go over here to rows and simply drag out a new column. So this would be a single column row. This would be a double column row. So for example, if I drag it right out, maybe I'll put it right above here, then it would be within this row. But now I can add individual modules into these particular rows. So go ahead and drag maybe I'll just drag up here to a little photo into this little window. Bingo. That's how easy this is. I can select a photo from my library. Obviously, it's going to show you nothing by default, but I'll just select a photo that's in there. You can obviously upload your own photos as well. And boom, it works perfectly just like that. Now, before I wrap up this video, just wanted to show you one extra little cool trick here. If I hit the letter R on my keyboard, you'll also see that there are options up here in the global tools settings. But if I hit the letter R on my page, it's going to show me the same version of my page, but what an iPad or a tablet might look like. Or hit my R button again, and it will natively load what it'll look like on my cell phone. So a mobile device allows you to, if you're in this mode and you were to make a change, for example, if you wanted to change the image or the text size within that specific window, what I might do is go over here to style, go down to font, and say I want this text to be smaller on mobile. I can just go ahead and drop that down, say to there. Great. So then that's done. If I hit R again, I'll go ahead and save that module. If I hit R again, it's also going to keep that size for the primary desktop, but I can go back to my cell phone version and look at that. It stays locked into that. So you can very quickly mobile optimize all of your pages ready to go. When I'm done, I'll come up here and then hit publish. And because we did some crazy stuff, I'm not going to publish it for now, but definitely wanted to show you how to go about doing this. Now, if you've got other pages, for example, that are on your home site, you can navigate to any page to modify those. So what I can do is I can come down here to pages. Now, this is different than funnels, by the way. If I go over here to pages, I'll just click on all pages. And your interface might look a little bit different, but I've got this about page. Now all these pages individually are for your home site. These are home site pages, not funnel page sites, or funnel site pages, right? So your funnels will be separate. We'll cover that differently. But under your about section here, I can go over here and click on this drop funnels little link right here, and it will load our editor for that specific page. So again, we do have about up in the header, and everything is, of course, drag and drop here as well. So I can make any of my adjustments that I want to make on this page, hit done, and then I'm done. And even in your blog archive page can also be modified. So I encourage you to play around a little bit with that editor. I wanted to make these trainings very, very quick and simple. So that's how you modify the pages on your home site. So let's go ahead and wrap up this specific training and move on to the next getting started step. Welcome to these getting started steps. I want to walk you through one video at a time on how to get things moving very quickly for you. But you just need to kind of know where things are at. So I want to walk you through how to get things going. First thing is
your page. So next, we're going to be going through the next video in the series, showing you how to create your header, footer, and menu. So when you notice these things, you notice that it's basically kind of a WordPress, but this is a WordPress for funnels. So let's take a look at how to create your header, your footer, and your menu using DropFunnels.
All right, welcome back to these getting started steps. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can customize your headers and your footers. Now, this is important to note that your home site, your authority site, and your blog are sort of connected in that regard, that you'll have one major header and footer that will display across that entire website and your blog as well. Now, funnels can be dealt with individually, and each funnel can have its own dynamic header and footer. But as far as your main site is concerned, you want those to all be the same across the brand. So I'm going to show you how to go about editing these. So what we can do is display these individual headers and footers as pages or as templates. So now, just for the sake of ease and speed, I'm going to show you how to kind of go about doing this with pages. So all we have to do is come over to pages and all pages. You'll notice that in your starting template, you very likely have a header and a footer page, and everything that shows on these individual pages will load at the top and the bottom of your site. So all we have to do is remember, on any individual page, again, this is only for your home site and your blog, this is not for your funnels, but what we'll do is we can hover over either one of these, header or footer, and then click on this drop funnels link, and it will instantly load the editor. So here I'm inside the editor for this templates header. Now you can see there's nothing on the body of the page, and that's great because we're just only defining what do we want to show at the top of every single page. Now again, you can really add a lot of cool stuff up here. You can spend some time working in the modules to be adding various buttons and whatnot. Even you can have sliders at the very top, testimonials, you can have links, various separators. You can have anything that will display across every single page on your website, but we're just going to kind of keep it simple for this example. All we have right here is a menu, and I'll show you how to customize these links as well. And then also your logo. Now this is very simple. All you have to do is build it once, and it will retroactively affect your entire site. So any change that you make to this page right here, this page type, will show across your entire site. So if I ever want to change, say, my logo, if that's the first thing that you want to change, we've got this image here is just a logo. I'll click on this thing here. And of course, you got a lot of advanced options you can explore. But what I'll do is I'll come over here to this edit button on the left-hand side. I'll just hit edit. And then it's really, really simple to be using any other image. Now, all I do is you can drag out in another image on top of this window here, and it will automatically upload. But say I want to change it to the DropFunnels logo, for example. I'll click on that and then just click select photo. It's very cut and paste and simple. So that's the DropFunnels logo. It gets dropped in there in real time. I can also resize various windows to make it larger or smaller within the row that it's in. So I'll just make it about that size, and that looks great. Now, the other thing is over here on this side, what we do have is a menu. Now, this menu is pulling from your WordPress menus, and I'll show you that again momentarily. So I'll click on a menu here so you can kind of see what this is all about. You have a lot of different options that you can select, and as well as different responsive modes, things that you can be selecting, which devices they show up on, and even choosing which menu you'd like to display there. Now, we do have two menus set up. Right now, we have this main menu, and then we also have this other one that we just call legal links. And again, that's what's going to go into our footer, just some of our legal links right there. So I'll just go ahead and hit this on main right there. And of course, you can explore some of these other options here and change some of your icons and everything and have a lot of control. Remember to hit done and then publish. I'll move over again, come back to pages, and you have your footer item right here. Hit the DropFunnels text and it will load up the footer. So I'll just load this up in a window, and you can see this is the footer of a template site. And we do have two different menus being shown right here. So you can have multiple menus being shown. Again, anything that you put here is going to display on all the pages that you create. So we've got this social, sharing aspect here for them to connect with us. These are just icons that you can edit the links. So you would have this first one would be your Facebook URL, for example. So you would put the Facebook group or Facebook page, your Twitter handle, your YouTube channel, or even add or subtract any of these things as well to be adjusting any of these objects. Again, you can remove everything. You can place things in different orders. You can remove this logo entirely. It's entirely drag and drop to make it very simple for you to customize. This is just a little text object that you can simply click on, and right inside this text editor, you can also be adding some changes there. So what I'll do over here on this side, remember we have two menus in the footer in this case. So I'll just click on the menu object over here, and we just selected legal links, or that could be whatever menu that you want to display there. And it will just load up all the menus that you've created in the WordPress backend to display here. And again, everything is changeable. You can kind of see we have this wave theme going on in the background. That's actually just a row setting. So if I can come over here to the row settings, click on that little icon to allow us to change some of these designs, and you'll notice that we have some cool different shapes that we can be adding on top of some of the, you can add gradients and images, and there's a lot to explore here and to play with. So definitely have some fun playing with the backgrounds and whatnot there. Okay, so now that we have your footer completed, we've done our header right up there. We have our footer that we have adjusted to your brand and swapped out your logos and whatnot. How do we actually change these menus? Well, it's really, really simple. We can come over here to Appearance and then Menus right here. So if I click on Menus, it will load this area here that is really simple to use. By default, you'll have kind of you'll have two different menus to select from. And right here, we have our footer menu, and these are just individual pages that you can add links and whatnot to. You can actually drag even blog posts into a menu. Makes it really simple. You can also nest different objects. Say you wanted your terms of service to be a sub menu of the privacy policy. You just drag that over on that side, or drive it back to the main link for it to be a primary menu item. So you can explore this as well, and we'll have some additional training in our support area as well. But as soon as these things are done, you can always go over here to your main, and I'll hit select, and I'll leave and not save those changes there. Now I've got my main menu. Remember, this is what showed up at the top of my menu. If I were to change these, I can change the order. So maybe I want to change my home window and put that at the very end. I'll just save that for the sake of this example. And then what I might need to do is just reload this page. And again, I didn't save that, so it'll change this. But you'll notice that it did put that home object at the very end of the menu. So I'll come back and I'll just drag this right back up to the top because I want it to be kind of a main menu item, and then just hit save, and we're virtually done. Now keep in mind what we do have here, and this is pretty neat as well. You can drag out what's called DF funnels. So drop funnels, these are the actual funnels. And so you'll have some other options here that you can be dragging out: custom links or custom posts, custom pages, or specific funnels themselves. You'll be able to drag into this area that will link directly to one of your funnel starting pages, which is very exciting as well. You can also, if you prefer, you can just do a custom link and then directly link to any other website or directly to one of your funnel links as well. So right inside of your header, for example, we have the My Best Stuff item, just links directly over to a funnel. So that'll go directly to an opt-in page, and then maybe a sales page after that as well. You can do the same in the footer. Maybe you put like a little offer down here with an image that says claim a free ebook guide here. They would click on that, and that would move them directly into a funnel. So that makes things really, really simple. The last thing I want to cover here is how do you assign a specific header and footer to your entire site. Now, again, these are not for funnels. It's only for your main website and your blog, right? So what I do is I come over here to Appearance on the left-hand side and hit Header and Footer. Now, once I've loaded that up, it's very, very simple. We just select from these drop-downs which ones do we want to actually have show in our headers and our footers for our entire site. If you want it to show nothing, then just go to this, and we'll just scroll to the very top to Themes Footer, which will show nothing. The other option would be that you could create a blank page with nothing on it. So you could delete all of these and assign that right here as kind of a blank page, and it would also show nothing across your entire website. Again, your headers and footers in your funnels will be individual, and we can cover that at a later step. So just to recap, you go to your pages to select your header and your footer, and you can drag and drop and edit these, and then these will display across your entire website. There's the headers and footers. We covered our menu, which you can drag and drop objects here, which will dynamically display in your headers and your footers. And then finally, to assign those across your entire site, you can just select from these drop downs to select the pages that you'd like to display across your entire site. So very simple. And now you know how to do it, and you could probably teach others to do the same. Go ahead and get your entire site set up right now, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back to these getting started steps. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can customize your headers and your footers. Now, this is important to note that your home site, your authority site, and your blog are sort of connected in that regard, that you'll have one major header and footer that will display across that entire website and your blog as well. Now, funnels can be dealt with individually, and each funnel can have its own dynamic header and footer. But as far as your main... All right, welcome back to the getting started steps. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to set up your blog. Now, historically, blogging has been extremely difficult to get set up, especially with a brand new site and making sure that SSL works and making sure that things look the way you want them to. And we've really simplified everything to make it so easy for you to just write great content, get it out into the world, and to have that content start to rank in the search engines through our SEO methods. So what I want to do is just show you a little bit about how you can make it look like you want it to, and a couple tips and tricks. And as you start to explore it, you're going to find a lot more kind of hidden goodies in there as well. So if we come over here to pages, you're actually going to have two things to customize. Number one is kind of your blog archive page, and then you have individual blog posts themselves. So the way that WordPress works is that you write up posts, and those actually show up in your post area, and that's where you'll be writing the actual content. But there's a page that displays kind of an archive of all the blog posts that exist, and you can customize that. So what I have down here is one that's just called, in this theme right here, it's called News. And of course, I just hit the DropFunnels text to load up the drag and drop editor. And then now what we have is actually, you can see it's one of our highlighted objects here in our header that we defined, which was the blog goes to the url.com/news page, which is showing all of our blog posts right here. Now, this page has kind of a bit of a widget right here, a module that will display all the blog posts that you have in place in a module called Advanced Posts. Now, keep in mind, you can customize this as well to make it look kind of how you'd like. You can resize things, or you can even choose, say you want the post appearance to look a little bit different. We can choose a different option. This one, for example, is in a carousel, so it will display differently on the page. Let's go to a grid. And the more posts that you have, the different pieces that will actually show. And actually, you do have some settings within individual blog posts that'll make it display a little bit differently. Let's go down to feeds. And then what this is doing, although this image is kind of blown out in this example, it's just listing them in a long list. And then lastly is Masonry, which is kind of our default. Now, keep in mind that you can add another column to this particular row to be adding. Maybe you want to have like your entire list, your archive list, and then you want to have some widgets off to the side. You can absolutely do that by dragging out a new row right into this area here. But just to keep these lessons very short, you can decide to show how many columns you want to show per device type. So for example, if I'm on desktop, I could show 5 columns wide if I wanted to, or if I could actually just go all the way down to 2, and it would show them to be a little bit larger, but would stack them in this kind of way here. So the other thing that you would want to do is, once you've selected this and made this page look like you want, it'll load on this little blog menu item, which is -news. And of course, you can customize all those links as well to be whatever you want them to be. You can make it -blog or -portfolio, make it -updates. anything that you want, you can customize those. But what we want to do is, if I were to go to an individual blog post, this is another thing that we can customize. Now, because of the way that WordPress works, we can't drag and drop everything on these pages, but everything here is customizable. And it's just a little bit more advanced, but I can show you how simple this can be. So because this is an individual blog post, I can drag and drop the content of that blog post right here by simply, resizing things. I can drag images out here. I can drag text out here as well. If I were to check this individual post, it'll actually display this blog just like in a text editor window. And I can show you another way as well to be customizing these, which we can come back in just a moment, and I'll show you how to do that. And then on the side here, this is what's called widgets. Now, these widgets on this side are dynamic, so you can load up in an area called the widget area to display this content in this sidebar here, and even having things searchable and whatnot is ready to go. So to get to these areas here, these are two other spots that we can come in and edit. Let's start first with the blog post itself. If I want to come over to my posts, this is again where you're going to be creating a lot of your posts. You can see those 3 blog posts that did show up here in this front end area. And if I click on a title, I can always add a new one as well. If I just click on one that currently exists, you'll see how this is kind of laid out. You can add your own title. You can edit the actual slug. It'll load automatically based on your title. But this is how you're going to start to rank in search engines, and this is the kind of content that by default will be listed in Google and other search engines as well. You can add categories, which is how things are searched. Like at the very top, you can have these things be kind of organized in a way based on the categories that you'd like to display. And then what will happen here is this featured image right here. You can load up a different featured image, and that's what will show at the very top of these blog posts here as well to make it look really great. Obviously, we have this text area here. We've duplicated the image for it to show right inside the actual blog post, as we mentioned here. So this is the actual blog post. It's the exact same thing as back here with all this content, and you can add links. You can add sometimes YouTube videos if you want to do that. There's a lot of power in just customizing here in this window, and you've got a bunch of options to be customizing your text as well. So that's how you can customize first your blog archive page, then how to customize the look and feel of an individual blog post, which all of those list up in post. But when it comes to our last object here, this is the widgets area where you can show videos on this side. You can have links to your funnels, your offers. You can have specific categories. So how do we customize this? It's very, very simple. I'm going to come down here to appearance and go down to widgets. Now, you probably remember this from the previous training. We have menus and header and footer. If I come over here to widgets, everything that shows in these areas here are available widgets to you. So you can have an audio player. You can have an image gallery. You can show a list of the pages available on your site. You can show a specific navigation menu. So you could go into menus and create a sidebar menu that lists to blog posts or other offers or links or funnels. You can have a calendar. Play with these because there's a lot of great options in here as well. And what's currently showing is everything in this current primary sidebar. Now, whatever is loaded in here is going to display on this right side. So you can see we have recent posts, recent comments. We'll come back here. So there's recent posts, recent comments. You can toggle these down to change the name and change some of the settings of each one of these. We do have a search bar, so you can actually change the title of it. So instead of search, maybe you want to say, find on this site or something else. You can change the title that shows up right there on that bar. So plenty of customization there as well. So I highly recommend that you take just a few minutes. Remember, we're going to go to pages, go to our blog archive page, which right now in this case is called news. We can edit individual blog posts by going to our posts and editing those either drag and drop or directly in the backend editor. And then of course we have widgets for our sidebars that show right there. Now I should also mention that on our advanced post kind of area here to be listing all the blog posts that are available, you have a lot of advanced controls within this area here. So you can certainly explore some of these advanced options and even the controls that show up. So say, for example, we wanted to hide the feature image. We can simply say no, and this page will update and only show the text of that particular page. And so if you remember, we had actually customized that image to be the featured image there. So you can show that or hide that. It's up to you. So you can truly, for probably one of the first times ever, completely customize your own blog in a drag and drop format that's so simple, so fast, so unique that only DropFunnels could bring you this incredibly fast option for getting your marketing out into the world. Take some action on this, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back to the Getting Started steps. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to set up your blog. Now, historically, blogging has been extremely difficult to get set up, especially with the...
That is the basic video on setting up a blog. Now we're going to be looking at the final video in this series, which is how to build a sales funnel with DropFunnel. So this is the beauty of DropFunnel. Sales funnel and an SEO website. Sales funnel and a blog joined together to give you an authority site. So today in this section of the video, we're going to be looking at how to build a sales funnel with DropFunnel.
Welcome back. In this very exciting Getting Started step, I'm going to walk you through how to create your first sales funnel. Now, I'm not going to dive in depth into the sales psychology or the copywriting or even graphic design as it relates to funnels, or even necessarily what products you should sell. We'll definitely have advanced trainings on those things. I just want to show you how to get this up and running as fast as possible and some of the core tenets about how DropFunnels works and how it works for you. So if we come over to the Sales Funnels tab right up top, you'll be able to see your entire list of funnels. And again, I wanted to integrate this entire system, this entire marketing system, to see all of your funnels in a single window that you can quickly make changes to across the board. So this will allow you to even share settings across multiple funnels and get it all done in one single simple interface. So here's kind of how we want to be explaining this to you. And then, of course, you can plug in all of your own products and your own systems and get things moving very quickly. But I wanted to kind of break down exactly how DropFunnels works as far as it comes with sales funnels. Now, as I mentioned before in the previous lessons, your main site is different than sales funnels. You have to keep that in mind, that even your dynamic header and footer and your domains and things like that all operate a little bit differently on your main site than they do with funnels. Funnels are connected to your primary domain, but we have a very special hierarchy that allows you to identify all of your pages and even allows your funnels to start to rank in the search engines. For probably the first time in marketing history, you actually have SEO even built in to some of your sales funnel architecture. So things can get really exciting, especially when you start getting organic traffic to sales funnels, which previously was extremely difficult. So here's what I want to do is just explain kind of how this all works and how it can work for you. So first of all, you always want to be going through, and you can create your own funnel very, very quickly by clicking create new funnel. And all it's going to ask you for is the name of the funnel and the slug. Now that slug is going to carry across your entire funnel. And then each step has its own slug after that one. So for example, this one has our main domain, and then it has the funnel name, and then it has the step name. So it becomes very, very simple for you to track which step that you are on and how things flow through. So every single one of these steps within the funnel is going to start with your core domain, either your subdomain or your custom domain. And then it has the funnel name, and then it has the step name. So this allows you to very quickly know which step that you're in. Again, you can drag steps around. So say that you have, multiple different upsells and you want to rearrange those, you can do so with drag and drop. So anytime you want to add a new page to the funnel, you can just click on add new page to the funnel, create a new name. So maybe on this one, I'll call this one Upsell 2. Call that 2. Then it'll automatically add that page slug to it, and we could submit that, and it'll be added to our entire list of steps. So here's what you have to have in order for a sales funnel to work. First of all, you need to have at least 2 steps. Okay, you need to at least have a checkout form, which will be on our sales page, and you need to have an order confirmation page, which is a module that you'll drag out directly to the page. You have to have at least those 2, but you can have an opt-in page that leads directly to a sales page. And all of your opt-in leads will be brought into your leads tab right up above. All of your sales will also be shown on your sales tab. And then you can have as many upsells or downsells as you would like. And then each one of those, they can dynamically choose whether to take the upsell or not. And then the thank you page is the final step. It's the final confirmation that is required for the purchase to be completed. It kind of puts the button on, the button and the cherry on top, so to speak. So let's go through and actually create the sales funnel a little bit. And I just made these pages extremely simple to make this tutorial very simple for you. So the first thing we'll want to do is figure out what is it that we want to sell. So I'll come over to Products tab, and you can see we just have a very, very clean and simple interface here to help you to quickly create products. First thing you'll want to do is go up and create a product. I'm actually just going to call this one Upsell because we'll use this as kind of an upsell option. We use a price. Maybe I'll make this $27. Currency, I'll make it US dollars, a one-time payment. And then we have a product descriptor. This is what will show on the credit card statement, but also your Stripe or other payment integrations will also add some various characters to their credit card statement. So what I might say is DF Upsell, for example. And you want to have up to 25 characters max on that should display directly on their credit card statement, depending on your payment gateway. You also have this product delivery area. And if they decide to take this product, no matter what products they take throughout the funnel, you'll have an email set up that will show this product delivery area. So say, for example, the upsell is on a Google Drive link, for example. So you would say, here's the link to your guide.
Cambia.
And then you would put the link directly to the guide, for example, or whatever the delivery perspective is here. This will show on the final page as well as in their email delivery, which is already taken care of for you. So let's go ahead and save this product. You can see how quickly this whole thing can take place. It really does not take very long at all. Okay, so now what we have is a little ebook and we have an upsell. I'm just going to use these two products for right now. The other thing you'll want to do is come up here to integrations and make sure that you do have your payment processing integrated. So currently we'll have Stripe. And so you just want to get your API keys and paste them into that area, which will allow you to start running payments. So just go to that area there for your payment integration. I already have that set up right now. So I'm going to come back here to funnels. We have our two products set up. So now that we're in our sales funnel again, so all we've done is we've set up our products. We've set up the basic architecture of our actual funnel. So we've got an opt-in page where we'll collect leads, send people to a sales page. We'll upsell them our upsell product. And then we'll have an order delivery, very basic 4-step funnel. So again, over here on the right side, we can view the page, we can edit it, which will actually bring us directly into the builder. We can copy a page. So you could build one page and then carry all of those design elements into other steps of the funnel, delete it. And then of course, on each step, you do have the settings where you'll be able to rename, change the slug. You'll have tracking codes for standard events for Facebook ad tracking, for example, or maybe you're tracking on a Hotjar video, or even Google Analytics for that matter. You also do have the funnel wide settings right up top there. The SEO settings is actually what will display in the tab up above. So if I wanted it to say free guide, for example, and I could always put a page description and even upload an image up to 1280 by 720, that will actually show on Facebook, social media, on any page that will display some SEO information. It'll show that directly on that page to make it a little bit more exciting to share this direct page right here. I'll just go ahead and hit save. So now we do have our 4 steps and they are ready to go. I'll go ahead and close out of our settings. Now, what I'm going to do is just come over here to edit and we can look at this page. And we can do this on each individual page, but you can see how quickly this can go. I just have a very, very basic opt-in form. So we're loading the editor right here. If all I did is I took a row, I've got a 2-column row, just simply drag it right out. And then I just added an opt-in form module. So when we come over to modules, we'll have an opt-in form and you can just search for that and drag it right out on the page. Again, everything here is drag and drop. So you can actually just move things around. You can reorder them. Maybe for example, we can kind of stretch this out a little bit to reorder the size and whatnot. There's obviously a lot of design aspects that you can add here. You can reorder some of these columns. You can add columns to the left and right side. You can add rows above and below. But let's just go ahead and, for the sake of speed, come over here and we're going to click on our opt-in form. The first thing you'll want to do is add on any opt-in form for the very first time is just add your autoresponder. So it's very simple on the front end. This does not take place on the back end. It happens right on the module itself. You can connect ActiveCampaign, Aweber, Constant Contact, ConvertKit, GetResponse, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, and Entreport right now, kind of the major autoresponder integrations. So all you would do, for example, if we were doing ActiveCampaign, you'll just log in and get, give this an account name for your own account, and then log in and get the API URL and the API key, which will allow you to connect your autoresponder directly to this form. So I'm not going to do that for right now, but just know that it will remember your integration across all of your funnels. So you only have to integrate it once, and it will be remembered across the entire board. Makes it very, very simple. We also have a couple extra fields that we can add here. By the way, we can change the layout. Maybe I wanted to do it in line. You'll see that it'll dynamically update. So maybe we wanted a flat version instead of a stacked version. That's totally up to you to kind of make it look how you want it to. If we wanted to come down here and add, say, a phone number field, we'll just show that. And then right inside here, we'll be collecting their name, address, and their phone number, their email address, and their phone. And then we can always change, obviously, the typography and the buttons. You've got so many options. If I wanted to change the color of this, for example, click on the button, it'll update in real time. Maybe I'll just keep it on this kind of nice red. I can change the text that shows up there, and I'll say maybe opt in now, for example. And maybe I want to come down to typography, select my font, and then just drag this up to be kind of a lot bigger on all those fields for the input text. A little bit smaller. Perfect. Come over here, back to the button, select that font, and maybe I'll make that text as larger as well. So great. So now we've just made a couple very quick designs. We've integrated in the general tab our autoresponder, and we're pretty much set to go. You've got a lot of other options you can select here. The one last thing you want to do on this page is just simply set the success action. There's a couple things you can do. If you're just building your list and opt-in page, for example, you can just show a message, and this message, whatever you type in here, will just show directly on the page, and it'll say, thank you. You've been added to our list. Be sure to check your email for your free guide or something like that. By the way, you'll notice that up in the tab, it does say free guide where the SEO settings took place. But what we're going to want to do in this case, because we're starting with an opt-in page, remember, and then we're sending them directly to a sales page, we want it to automatically opt them into our list. We want their information to be added to our leads tab, and we want to send them to the next sales page. So that's very, very simple. You also have the option of a custom redirect if you are building an affiliate page or those types of things. But for now, what we want to do is just click next funnel step and hit save. What that'll automatically do is when we have someone opt in here, it will send them directly to the sales page. I'll come up here and hit done and publish. And now this is the page in real time. Let's come back over to the sales page and let's actually add a checkout form. You'll see how quickly this can go. So I'll just come over here and hit edit. I'll load that up in a new tab. So again, all I did was add kind of a 2-column row here. And what you might do is add, some images or some text directly on these pages. So now remember, you can always double click on text objects and you can directly edit right on the page, or you can just do it right in these fields over in the text editor side. So you might want to add some information about the product, and maybe you'll say, hey, this is $27 or something like that. Just add some additional information about the product itself. Again, all of this is drag and drop, so you can make this look great in any browser. So what I want to do is come over here. Again, if you want to just get to the checkout form, it's right up top here, or you can just search up here for checkout form. And we've got a checkout form right there. You can literally drag it right out. It pops up on our screen. So the first thing we'll want to do is adjust the buttons that we need. So say, for example, we don't need to collect their phone number on the actual checkout. We can just go ahead and erase that field. Boom, now it's gone and it'll update on our page. So now we're just collecting first name, last name, and email address for this. You can always add forms if you want to collect their address, or maybe there's some other, maybe it's a shirt, a t-shirt size or something. You can always collect additional information there as well. And what we want to do is we'll come over to the cart button. Of course, you can change the checkout. Maybe we'll change this to get instant access. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and go down to maybe we will change our text color, or perhaps our background color can change that to kind of maybe another red to kind of match the other red that's there. Easy as pie, updates in real time. Okay, so now that we have a checkout form that's right here, we can always adjust these various fields and make all these color changes that we'd like to do. And we want to assign an actual product to this checkout form. So if you remember, we had already created our products. We created two. One was an ebook and one was an upsell product. So what we want to do is come over here to the product settings, and we'll select product, and then we can go down to whatever we want to sell. In fact, you can sell any product on any checkout form anytime. It can also be an upsell. It can also be an order bump. Any product can be assigned to anywhere on the checkout process in DropFunnels. So it gives you ultimate flexibility. All I'll do is I'll just pick the ebook for now, and it'll load up inside here, and it'll pull in the product description and the various details that we had already set up. Now we can also add an order bump to this. Let's say we wanted to add an order bump. I'll just say yes. Now, by default, it might bring in one product, but we can go ahead and change that to the upsell. So now what that pulls in is a little checkbox that allows us to add some additional headline text. So maybe I can say, get this great order bump, something like that, and it'll show up directly on the page, as well as some additional body text. So you can say, today only, and I'm just typing in some random text here to show you that it updates right here. And if they were to add that by clicking the little button there, it'll be added to this order, and we'll show that when we test this at the very end. Now, there's a lot of other things you can play in. You can go to some of the advanced modules, the typography for this whole thing, and also an autoresponder option, which is going to allow someone to be added to your list if they just purchase. So say that they weren't already on your list, you can add them to a specific list, or even add tags in Infusionsoft, depending on what actions they take here. So let's go ahead and hit save. For the sake of speed, we'll go through and we'll go ahead and publish this as well. Go ahead and hit publish. Great. So now we have a checkout form that's ready to go, and it's got our products. It's got an order bump right there as well. So when I click on that, you'll notice that it does add those details of the upsell directly below the main cart product, which is awesome. So now let's just go to upsell, and we'll just run through this really quick. This one's as easy as a sales page itself, and you'll see how quickly this comes together as well. So again, I just grabbed a little 2-column row here and just have some text over here. Hey, grab this upsell. How's that for a selling point, right? You'd want to flesh out the page a little bit here. But then when we click over on the upsell downsell module, which is one of the modules that you can just literally drag out to the page, you'll have multiple options in terms of even the icons. So say I wanted to add an icon on here. We've got thousands of icons. Maybe I'll just change it to a little check mark. So of course you got a couple options in terms of your typography and even your colors. There's some shadows that you can include in there as well. But what we're going to do for now is we're just going to come over to general. And what you want to do is add a product to upsell right here. Of course, your sales page can sell the product, but then this button will allow you to choose. We'll choose the upsell, and then that will add that to that button. So anytime we could say, get this great upsell, then it will obviously update right there on the button itself. And then you can also change the decline offer options. So you can say, nope, I hate money, for example, right? So you can have some text right below that if they were to click that button right there, it would go to the final step or the next step in the funnel. But if they do click the button, it will be added to their order and also direct them to the next step. So we'll go ahead and hit done and publish this as well. So great. Now we've got this button. We've got the no text, and of course you can just customize those yourself. Lastly, what you want to have is a thank you page. You have to have a thank you page with an order confirmation module on it to kind of tell DropFunnels, hey, this entire sequence is complete. So I'll come over here and hit edit. Great. So now obviously we can, drag things out and drop them in here, make them look how we want. I've just got a single column row right here, which you can go into rows to create those. And I've got it actually right here, the order receipt module. You can drag it right out and it'll populate directly onto the page. We obviously only want one of these, so I'll just go ahead and delete one. Now I'll click on this order confirmation, and what's going to happen by default is I can obviously change the receipt to, the title, the information there, but this is automatically going to list everything that they've purchased inside of there, including the deliverables. So if you remember back when we were creating the product, we had some text about the deliverables themselves. They can access those purchases directly through this module as well as through their email. So that gets taken care of. You can see this is pretty easy. You can go through and make some minor adjustments if you'd like, but otherwise you are done. So just go ahead and hit done and publish. Great. So now our sales funnel is virtually done. The last thing we're going to want to do is come over here to email confirmation and make sure that we do have something that goes out to the user after they purchase. Now, DropFunnels is automatically going to send this on your behalf. And so what you want to do is customize this email to ensure that they get all the data that's here and the information about their products, and even some ways for them to kind of contact you for support and those types of things. So you can customize the subject, your order, and then obviously you can also add some email shortcodes. Let's say, for example, you can see some of these shortcodes down here. You might say first name and last name. You've got their order summary, their kind of order details, and their product delivery. So these will dynamically show everything that they purchased, and you can design this email to look however you'd like right inside this drag, this kind of WYSIWYG editor here. Makes it really easy. You can, drag a photo out here, for example. Could also help you in terms of your own branding. And then be sure to add a BCC to send an email to you as well to make sure that all these orders are being sent out to your users. So then, of course, we're going to want to test this as well. So what we can do is come up to payment integration. Of course, you want to go into your integrations tab and then select your payment method, which you can do right here in this little drop down. It'll pull in whatever you integrated and it'll give you the option for a test mode. Now, if test mode is off, which it is in this state, then it is ready to go for live transactions. But obviously you want to test it right now with some of this dummy credit card details. So let's go ahead and go through our actual funnel. So I'm going to copy this as well. And let's go and click on this very first page. This will automatically send us to the opt-in page, and then we can go through the entire sequence. So now the opt-in page here has drop them in here, make them look how we want. I've just got a single column. Some of this dummy credit card details. So let's go ahead and go through our actual funnel. So I'm going to copy this as well. And let's go and click on this very first page. This will automatically send us to the opt-in page, and then we can go through the entire sequence. So now the opt-in page here has loaded, and this is obviously optional, but I'll go ahead and fill this out. Okay, so now I have added the details, just some dummy data right here for the opt-in form. And of course, you're going to see this header up here, but your users will not. In fact, if you show this in an incognito window, your header up here will not show. Of course, any step that you're on, you can always click on this DropFunnels button to edit this page directly. So I've just added some dummy information. And what should happen here is when I click on opt-in, it's going to add them to our site, to our autoresponder, and send us to the sales page. Great. So now we've got this information. I'll fill this out with dummy data. Great. So now I've just filled this out with the credit card data that we just used in the back. You can use any future, credit card expiration date, CVV, and just any random 5-digit code for the zip code. And we've got our major product details that are right here. And we've got our order bump. So I can always, add this to my order just by clicking on that. And then immediately it adds it to our order. And what we can do is as soon as we click Get Instant Access, it's going to process this payment. And it's going to direct us to this upsell. So now they've already purchased the main product, and then they'll have these options. They can either choose to grab this upsell, and obviously you can see we've got these hover states. So now you've got orange as the hover when it kind of comes across there. It's kind of a neat feature. So if I were to click yes to this, it would send me to the next page with this added to my order. Or I can say, nope, I hate money, right? I can click on this button and it will not send me. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say, no, I hate money. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that and not take it. Great. So now what it's showing me here is my order confirmation. It's got this information that I had added. It's got my order total. And then this will automatically add the information not only to the back end of your site, but also will send them an order confirmation email. So now what I can do is I'm going to come up here, and that was, of course, just a test account. I'll come over here to leads. So when you come over here to leads, you'll be able to see all of the test data that has been coming through on your opt-in forms. You can also see based on funnel steps. So I've got sales funnel example. What that means is that it's only going to show the leads that came through that specific funnel. And if I come down here, I can see bingo, there it is. There's their phone number listed right there. I can see the page that they actually came from and the email that they are. And if I click on this email, it will allow me to send an email directly to them from my email service provider. And if I come over here to sales, you will see that we do have an order transaction here that was successful. It came from our order information here and the order total. If I kind of toggle down these details, you'll be able to see that we've got some great information here based on that purchase. We've got the purchase details. Come over here to click refund if you'd like. If you hit refund, it's going to ask you if you really do want to refund it because it's obviously it's not reversible. So just be careful with that, and it will automatically refund from Stripe. And each one of these are broken up into different pieces, right? So each product can be refunded individually, so you have complete control there. And our customer details also come across directly from our order information there as well. So it makes it really easy to see how it all comes together. So all in all, as you can see, it's super, super fast, easy, and actually a lot of fun to be building sales funnels right inside of DropFunnels. And of course, you can be adding additional pages. Let's say, for example, I wanted to add another upsell that looked about the same. I can just go ahead and clone that. I'll just use the same kind of dummy verbiage there. It adds that upsell copy to the bottom of the funnel right there. And I'll just drag it right above the thank you page. And then I can edit that as well. But you'll see that I can now have 2 upsells inside the funnel. And then the final step needs to be that order confirmation for everything to fire off as planned. So I hope this was very helpful to you. I hope you're excited about building funnels inside of DropFunnels and all the future things that we have planned for you. Get in there, start playing around, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back. In this very exciting getting started step, I'm going to walk you through how to create your first
So we've been able to go through few videos showing you how to use DropFunnel. In my next video, we are going to be going through all these elements, and I'm going to give you a personal overview of it. Since the video talked about most of these things in detail, so I'll try to bring this particular video to an end here. Then in our subsequent videos, we are going to be going through each of these elements and show you how to effectively use it in your drop funnel and your marketing business. So guys, if you want to give drop funnel a try, there is a link down below this video. You can use this link to try out drop funnel and see what it can do for your business. Drop funnel is a good funnel builder, and looking at what we have here, I can see it's a combination of sales funnel and WordPress features. So this is a combination of sales funnel and WordPress feature. So, and that is a very good development because it is going to give you the ability to have a blog and establish a blog that ranks in search engine. And not only that, you're also going to be having um aside from having a blog that ranks in search engine, you're also going to be having a funnel that rank for most of your keywords, which is a nice development for every funnel builder. Having a site that rank in search engine for your keywords. So DrawFunnel is the new thing in town, and you may want to give it a try to see how it will help you create a wonderful funnel, a wonderful business for you. Uh, so here we have it, drop funnel, and how you can use it to grow your business. So I want to bring this video to an end right here, but in other video we'll be going through most of the drop funnel features and how you can make use of it for your business. Thank you guys for taking your time to watch this video, and I hope you gain value from this video. I'll be seeing you in more subsequent videos as we create more interesting stuff about drop funnel, because to be frank with you, drop funnel is interesting. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video, and I'll be seeing you in our next drop funnel video.